Jai Hind students, welcome to physics class. Today we are going to discuss current electricity. In the previous unit we discussed the charges at rest, but charges they may be in the motion. For example, during lightning, billion electrons they move from cloud to the earth, and charged particles they are in motion, charges are in motion. So we will study the charges of motion in current electricity. Now let me define the electric current. Electric current you have studied in grade 10 also. Electric current, what does electric current means? The rate of flow of charge is called the electric current. The rate of flow of charge is called electric current. Electric current is denoted by the letter I. Now what the electric current is? Let us say we are having conductor. Now if I consider this cross section of the conductor, what is the meaning of the term cross section? Let us say I am doing this marker, then this circle that you are seeing, this is the cross section. This cylindrical marker, it is made up of large number of circles, infinitely many circles. So that circle is given the name of cross section of this marker. Similarly, for this I am having this circle. So let us say this is the cross section. Now let us say the delta Q charge, it passes this cross section in delta T time. Then average current. What is the average current? Average current, that is I average, it equals to delta Q by delta T. Now here I am saying rate of flow of charge, so I can say charge upon time. This is the say electric current. Now if delta T is very small such that it approaches zero, in that case instantaneous current that you have done also in the velocity in plus one, instantaneous velocity, the same concept. Instantaneous current, it equals to limit delta Q approaches zero, delta Q by delta T, it equals to the dQ by dt. So this is the say electric current. So I am repeating electric current. The rate of flow of charge is called the say electric current. So if delta Q charge passes this cross section in time delta T, I can say average current is delta Q by delta T. Just like the average velocity, delta X by delta T. So here in place of displacement, what I am writing? I am writing charge. So delta Q by delta T. And if delta T is very small, in that case instantaneous current, limit delta Q approaches zero, delta Q by delta T, from the concept of differentiation, you know that it equals to the delta Q by delta T. Now there are a few points that you have to keep in your mind. The first point is the direction. All of us know that current is having direction. Question is, what is the direction of current? The direction of current is the direction in which positive charge flows. Is the direction in which positive charge flows. What does it mean? Let us say this is the material and positive charge it is flowing in this direction, and this is the wire through which this positive charge is flowing. Then what I will say? I will say that the direction of current is the direction in which a positive charge is flowing. But all of us know that in case of conductors there are free electrons. So when a voltage is applied across a conductor, there is flow of current. Because electrons move and electrons are negatively charged. So if negative charged particles are moving in this direction, then what will be the direction of current? Opposite to the direction of negative charge. Electrons are moving in this direction, so direction of current it will be this direction, opposite to the direction of movement of the electrons. Electrons are moving in this direction and current it is in this direction. Remember, the direction of the current is always along the length of the say conductor. Right? So again I am repeating, direction of current is the direction in which the positive charge is flowing. If positive charge is flowing in this direction, the direction of current will be the same. But if negative charge is flowing in this case, then I have to take the direction of current opposite to the direction in which the negative charge is flowing. Let's move to the second point. In second point, I am going to tell whether current is vector quantity or not. Second point is, though current has direction, but it is not vector. Current is having direction, but it is not a vector. All of you have done that. Vectors are the quantities which are having direction as well as magnitude. But in this case, current is having direction, but still current is not a vector quantity. Why it is not a vector quantity? Let us say this is a wire in which 10 ampere of current is flowing, and this is the second wire in which 5 ampere is current is flowing. What is the resulting current? What is the total current? Let us say this is the third wire, then total current is 15 ampere. If I give you that this is 10 Newton of force and this is 5 Newton of force, what is the resulting force? You will say that resulting force is 5 Newton because their directions are opposite. So in case of current, direction does not matter. Even if this is 10 ampere current, let us say this is again 5 ampere. What is the total current? Total current will be 15 ampere. So you can clearly see. And if I say that this is 10 ampere and here current is 5 ampere, what is the net current? Net current is again the same 15 ampere. Right? So it does not follow the laws of vector addition. So that's why current is not a vector quantity. Let us move to the third point. SI unit of current is SI unit of current is ampere. Ampere is represented by capital A. Why ampere is represented by capital A? The reason is that Ampere was a scientist. To honor him, the unit of current is named after him. So how can I define ampere? If I equals to charge upon time, what is SI unit of charge? Coulomb. If charge is 1 coulomb, time is 1 second, I will say that it is 1 ampere. Current is 1 ampere. So how can I define 1 ampere? Current flowing through a wire or conductor is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge flows through its cross section in 1 second. Then current is said to be 1 ampere. So these points we have discussed in the grade 10 also. Let's move to the fourth point. This point is interesting. Let us say I am having, this is the conducting wire, and from here there is a thick wire. Let us say again there is a thick wire, and again there is some thin wire. So, and in this way, right? This is the case given to me. This is the point number 4. Let us say 10 ampere of current is flowing through it. Now, my question is, how much is the current flowing here? Let us say this is A cross section B, C, D. My question is, current at A, what is relation between current at B, current at C, current at D? Can you say that current flowing through the cross section D is more than that of A? No. Current does not depend on area of cross section. Current does not depend on area of cross section. You can say current even does not depend on the cross section. Whatsoever is the shape and size, the current will remain the same. Even if you are having a wire, let us say this wire is an irregular wire. Here it becomes thin, and here I am having this. Then current through each and every, in this area, the current will remain the same. If there is a current of 1 ampere and here there is a current of 1 ampere, then you will say that current in this cross section is again 1 ampere, current in this cross section is again 1 ampere, current in this complete cross section is again 1 ampere. So what does it mean? It means that current does not depend on area cross section. Next is topic is current carriers. Current carrier means the charged particle whose flow constitute electric current. The second one is current carriers. So what are the current carriers? Current carriers, these are the charged particles whose flow in a particular direction constitutes the current. So, for example, if I talk about metals, in metals, free electrons are the current carriers, because when the free electrons they move, what happens? Their motion in a given direction, it constitutes electric current. And in liquids, and what liquids I am talking? Electrolyte, like NaCl. So, ions, positive ions and negative ions, they are the current carriers. If I talk about the gases are insulators at room temperature. But if the pressure of the gases is made low, if the pressure of a gases is reduced and a high potential difference is applied, what happens? The gas molecules, they become ionized. So they contain electrons and positive ions. So these act as the current carriers. And semiconductors, all of you know, semiconductors are the materials whose conductivity is neither too large nor too small. So in this case, holes and free electrons, they are the current carriers. Holes are positive and free electrons, they are the negative current carriers. Now let us do a few questions based on the concept of the current. Let us do those questions. Question number 1. Let us say this is a conductor, and in this conductor 10 to the power 20 electrons, they cross in a time of 0.01 second. So what I am saying, this is a conductor, and in this conductor 10 to the power 20 electrons are crossing this cross section in 0.01 second. Calculate the electric current. Let's calculate. So here time is given to be 0.01 second, and what is the charge? 10 to the power 20 electron multiplied by the charge on each electron, and charge on each electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So this will be 1.6 multiplied by 10 coulomb, that is 16 coulomb. So how much will be current? I is Q by T. It is 16 divided by 0.01. So this will be the 1600 ampere of the current is flowing through this conductor. Right? So next question is, what we are given, an electron move in a circle of radius 10 centimeter with a speed of 3.14 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Find the electric current at a point on a circle. So what we are saying, let us say an electron is moving along a circle and the radius of the circle is 10 centimeter, and electron is moving with the speed of 3.14 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Find the electric current. Now to solve this question, all of us know that the formula of electric current is charge upon time. So let's do. Here charge, I know charge on the electron is 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. T I require, how can I find out the T? Listen, what is the T? T is the time in which an electron complete its one revolution. So how much time it will take? Now, what is the formula of the time? Distance by speed, and how much the distance that electron is covering after completing one revolution? I know that it is 2 pi r upon speed. And what is this? 2 pi means 3.14 10, and r is 10 centimeter. So convert it into meter. So let me convert this. R is here 10 centimeter. So convert it into meter, multiplied with 10 to the power minus 2. And what is the speed? B is 3.14 10 to the power 6. 3.14 is cancelled. 10 to the power 6. When it will go here, so how much I will get? 2 into 10, 20. 10 to the power minus 2, and here it will be 10 to the power minus 8. So it will be 10 to the power minus 8. So if you solve 20 multiplied with 10 to the power minus 8, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 second. Now how much is the current? Current is charge upon time, and how much is the charge? 2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 7 divided by T. T is, charge is 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, and how much is the T? 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. So this is 0.8 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 12 ampere. So if you solve this, it will be 8 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 13 ampere. Right? So much of the current is flowing. Now, next question is, now question number 3. Let us say I am making some changes in this question, so it will become question number 3. So in place of this, what I am going, with the speed V, calculate the current at a point on the circle. I have not given the value of the speed, only you are given that it is moving with the speed V. Now what will be the answer? In that case, no need to do these calculations. Just here and here, in place of 10 centimeter, let us say radius R. So here radius is R, so T is this. So how much is the Q? Charge upon time. How much is the charge? Charge is, let us say, E, and time is 2 pi r upon v. So this is EV by 2 pi r. So this is the current which is flowing, right? Now let us move to the question number 4. What we are given in the question number 4, the charge flowing through any cross section is given by Q equals to 2t square plus 4, right? In SI units, where Q is in SI unit and time is also in SI units, right? Now find the current at 2 seconds. I know that what I am given, Q is 2t square plus 4. My target is to find this at 2 seconds. So how can I do? I know that charge is dq by dt. So I will differentiate 2t square plus 4. So how much this will be? If you will do the differentiation, it is 2 by 2, that is 4t. Now current at 2 seconds is 4 multiplied by 2, that is 8 ampere. Right? So in this way we can find out the current. Right? So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.